Well, howdy, y'all. How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing well. Doing pretty good.
Are you really? I mean, I'm not doing that great, but I'm going to just pretend like I am for right now. John, hopefully you're doing well.
So I had off yesterday and today. So it's
Josh, are you not working tomorrow? Are you taking Friday off?
No. Well, I have Fridays off normally. Friday, Saturday are my normal days off.
I love that.
But Wednesday was Juneteenth, so we had off. It was nice.
Oh, and then Wednesday off too.
So I was like, I'm going to take off Thursday while I go back to work for one day.
Josh, see, when I grow up, that's what I want to do. I want to take like a 3 or 5 day weekend.
I think every weekend should be like 3 or 4 days.
Right? Man, you know, guys, in the chat here tonight, I hope you guys all are on 3 and 5 day weekends. Let's say hi to everybody. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of good new drops this week, but we got some interesting things to discuss as well. Mystery boxes and SDCC and giant Freddies that look like something else.
Oh yeah, we definitely got to talk about that.
We got things to talk about. So Anna, hello, Chase Chaser. I hope you're having a great evening. Deanna, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Dr. John, Charles, greetings from Sarasota. Let's see here. You guys were chatting it up earlier. Never ask hello. Pop Funko UK, good to see you again. Professor Josh, as always, is here. Likes to check in with the chat. David, hello. Hi, Shy Gout. JLA, hello.
But you put new emojis. I saw you added squirrel away.
Josh, that's been there, I think, for 2 months.
Not that long. Not too long.
I feel like I did that like 4 months ago. Yeah, we do have the squirrel away emoji. Yes, I added something beneficial to all those channel members out there, like Jetman celebrating his 17 months together. How has the time flown so fast? Anna, hello again. Oh, well, you got 2 hellos, and that you deserve them for how many times you had commented earlier. Pipsqueak, hello. Susan, hello. Velvet, hello. Pop Funko UK, 9 months. I was going to make like a baby comment, but let's not go. I'm not even going to go there. Let's not go there. Let's just wait for our 12-month anniversary. Hopefully we can make it. Magma, 17 months. Thank you so much. Holly, I hope you're having a great evening. Wayne, hello. John did make it. I mean, it was by the skin of his teeth, but he made it. He was not late. I was chatting for like an extra 40 seconds. We tried to get started kind of on time. Mark Guinness, cross save, Big Man Gabe. I don't want this intro to take 45 minutes, so I'm going to just run through this. Corey, good to see you. You too. Susan, hello. Matthew, hello. Wayne, I'm going to say hello again since you did the channel membership thing. I'm a bobber. Appreciate you checking back in. And I knew Josh would check in as well. Oh, my God, 2 years. We're over 2 years. You know, that is
26 months. That's crazy.
26 months is a long time. Guys, you know what? I feel like we can end the show. I got to say hello to all these beautiful people. Johnny Sachs, I don't think, and Jeremy, I don't think I said hi to you. And Laney and Lane, if I missed anybody, I apologize. It was not intentional. How are you guys doing this evening? Did I ask that 5 times yet?
You did. It's all right.
People are just coming in, so you're asking them maybe how they're doing again.
It was a wild week.
How everybody's doing 5 or 6 times just to check in. I like to check in with people. Jay's doing good.
So
yeah, doing good. It was a crazy week though.
What happened this week? Should we talk about it or should we not talk about it? Crazy week in Funko. Crazy. I know it's always going to be a crazy week in your life.
Oh yeah, life is always a crazy week, but no, we're here to talk about Funko.
Okay, well, that's I guess what we're here for every week. And
I think
maybe
we should just
the people
rip
that
off
are in the chat
who didn't get Fundays tickets and who's upset about it, because I've seen a
who
lot
didn't
of
get them that actually wanted them and was actually going to go.
Yeah, not because you got upset because you were trying to flip them.
Right. Well, that's a very good point, because I've seen some people say that they're like 120,000th in line. Do you really think 120,000 people were going for that Funko?
I do actually. I do think.
That we're going to actually go.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. There's a lot of people that
think it's that many
not collectors who don't care about Funko. They just want to go to this event.
That many?
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
I feel like there's a lot of people, but I feel like a lot of people are maybe trying to make a, try to
Especially,
make a buck.
Oh, there was definitely, I would say, like probably like 30,000 people just trying to make a buck.
I mean, the hard thing about this is it's only a month away from it. So getting a hotel room and everything where San Diego Comic-Con is going and everything, or a place to stay, it's going to be crazy expensive. So anyone getting the tickets only a month out, they should really do this farther in advance. I think it would be
Right.
much more fun. I think for people to get this farther in advance and have more time to plan, or if they had, I mean, I tried it I wanted to see where I placed in line. That's all I wanted to do. It's like if I placed like 50th in line, I would have been like, oh, I'm getting them. I'm going for them anyways. But, I just wanted to see how crazy the line was. I think a lot of people too were like, oh, let me go in there and try something. But
thank you, Barry. Yeah, I did not even try for it. I did try for NYCC when we went. When was that? Was that 21 now? Was that 21 or 22?
22.
Was it 22? 22 was still almost 2
22.
years ago. But yeah, in 22, I did try to get in there, and yeah, I kind of suffered the same fate back then. But
yeah,
it's Fundays is different. You know what I mean? Fundays is a different animal than trying to get into the booth or something like that.
and we know they give out tickets in other ways to the fanatic groups, like that group that's online. They give out tickets prior to that. It's cool that they had people be able to apply and get tickets too, like win tickets. I think that's a good way to do it. I would love to see them move more to the style they had for all these other new drops they're having, like that randomizer picker. Like you put in, anyone that wants to go puts in their stuff. Maybe you only have 30 minutes to put it in or something crazy like that, but some kind of like short time period of putting it in, and then they let the randomizer choose instead of kind of sitting there waiting in line while the little thing goes.
Well, it's also, what another good point is, and we'll get to that when we talk about the mystery boxes. That system, supposedly, the more things you enter, the better chance you have at winning. That might give that nod to those people that actually purchased stuff during the year or tried to get some of the stuff that they were releasing, maybe giving them a little bit of an upper hand. It's actually I wonder why they don't use something like that for a situation like this.
I think it would be a perfect way to kind of, I guess, make it a little fair and maybe be able to check to see what's going on. I don't know how much check they do afterwards of like if people are getting multiple tickets somehow, or other things. You never know. They don't really talk about it too much, but I don't think they care too. It's like they sold the ticket. Whoever gets it, gets it. If they sell it, they sell it, I guess. I mean, I think that would be the change of the game, is if you could not sell your tickets. Like you are stuck with those tickets and you are not allowed. So if you don't go, you lose out on your $400, or they give you like 50% back or something like that if you don't end up going, and someone else can then be in the like wait list and get in. Something.
Yeah, I was actually reading Michael's. So we can talk about
that as well.
It's actually a good point though. I'll be honest, because what Michael just said, I think it might be exactly why you did not get picked for the mystery boxes. Because let's put it this way. Okay, so here is my little congratulations here. I did get picked for the mystery boxes. How about you guys? I know Josh won for him, and Josh, you got him, correct?
I got him. Shannon
I didn't
did
ask
not.
John. Did you?
We did. We did get him.
And you got selected as well?
We both didn't put in for it. I just put in for it. So we just got lucky with me putting in for it. So
yeah, and I only put mine in too. Like, yeah, Brittany, like, let's be realistic here. I mean, as odds go, these are long shot boxes. But
yeah,
I mean,
even though we got picked, I'm not like foaming at the mouth, like waiting for these to arrive. Like,
no, I feel like a lot of people are maybe not really. Well, I don't want to say, like, I'm not I'm not expecting a lot with the boxes themselves. I I was pleasantly surprised with the $5 boxes I got from the Funko shop. So these are around $7 is what it's working out to each. So like I'm kind of happy with whatever they send. And you know, the odds are not good for any of this stuff, really. But
Well, I also want to figure out like what do they determine to be rare? Like, is a rare Freddy like a farmer Freddy, or is a rare Freddy like 5,000 piece and below?
It's
And
probably
also, if they do have rare Freddys, where are they coming from, and why do they have them? You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
it's
It could be social media Freddy. They still haven't given out that newer social media Freddy, right? The newer one.
they're
Like
giving
Pop
out
Pop.
quite a few on Twitter. There's a lot of people
Are they
winning them on
finally?
Twitter,
I
but
haven't
this
seen a
could be
lot
an
of people
opportunity
post
for
them.
them to give them out in the
So,
boxes. Yeah.
Also, I mean, they did have a ton of Halloween boxes left. That's a good way to split them up and get some of those Freddys out, maybe.
Or the fun on the run. There could be some
Fun
Freddy
on-
flashes that show up in
There
this.
are. So I don't think I think rare just means limited. Like if it has a limited number on it, it's rare to them. I'm guessing.
yeah,
Right?
I'm with you, Josh. I would be surprised if I would be pleasantly surprised, obviously, if there was like 500 piece ones, but it's kind of a double-edged sword though too, because you're gonna get a lot of people that get angry if they start seeing a lot of the boxes that were sold out, and then those start falling into I don't know what they're gonna put in here. I mean, they don't have if they did 3,000 boxes. Like, I don't even know how many, did they do 6,000? Are we going to see 2 autographs, or did they do 12,000 boxes? I really don't know what they ended up, obviously none of us know what they ended up selling with this, but yeah, I'm hoping that a rare means limited. And I hope by limited, we're talking 3,000 piece and less for something that's called a rare, but I guess we'll find out. I mean, it was a very
kind of
minimal
funny because,
risk.
like, if this box wasn't dropped directly by Funko, this is like all the red flags that I would never buy from another company. Like,
Correct.
Like made up odds, no definition of what rare is. Is it signed with authentication, or is it just signed? And like, where are these prototypes coming from? Like, there's just so many things that if this wasn't from Funko, 1,000% pass. Like, would not buy this at all.
Yeah, I feel like we could trust that these are going to be the prototypes that that they have. Yeah, but no, you're right. If this was if this was anything else, do you guys like fundamentally? What do you think about this? Do you like this? Because I remember reading Michael's comment. I think it might have been on Diss Trackers earlier this week that he didn't think that Funko should get in the mystery box game. What do you guys feel fundamentally about this kind of thing? Okay with it?
I'm okay with it as long as, and we've talked about they should do this. I mean, we've said it.
We've had this conversation right here.
Had this conversation that why don't they do that to make them a little better odds? They had the $5 ones. Hopefully these are a little better than the $5 ones. I don't expect that, but they are at $5 ones, so you're actually getting less than the $5, but you have a chance at some other things. But still, I think this was the perfect way for them to do it with this system, though, because this gives them numbers. And I was really shocked to see so many people saying they didn't get in. That means their numbers probably way exceeded what they planned to do. And they'll probably do this more often, maybe monthly or something like that, where they're going to have this and let people get into it. And it's going to change your odds, as you try. Next time you might get it. Someone else might not, those kind of things. I think that's a great way to do it, is have something where you at least have some kind of additional incentive, and it's 3 pops for $20. It's not like a terrible, like it's such a good one. And if you're getting stuff, you're getting stuff. I think next time it would be cool to see what the protos are, what the signed ones are, what the rare Freddys are, because if you have whatever, say they had, I'm going to go high, 15,000 boxes. All right. So that means they only had 5 autographs, and that's 15,000 boxes. Remember, you're getting 3 boxes per person. So they could be only 5 15,000 people got a box if they had
Right.
15,000 boxes. So 3,000, you know, show those 5 or 10 whatever sign pops you have in there, show the prototypes you're putting in there, show the rare Freddy, and that might draw even more excitement if you show what it is. If people get it and are disappointed, I mean, you don't get a chance at it, but that doesn't look good on you for the next time you do this.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where you're at. I think you know, I don't have a problem with them doing this because it's a very low risk type situation. You're going for way less than retail. Like if they were charging retail, like you're talking 15 to, you know, for 3 pops we're at $45 or something like that. That starts to feel a little bit weird to me. But they're doing this for, I would rather them, if they're going to have to clearance stuff out, I like the idea of going through the sales because there are some people that don't want to do mystery boxes. They don't want stuff that they're not going to collect, which I totally appreciate and totally respect. Some people don't want to even risk $20 at stuff like this. So I think that it's fine that they do the sales and the clearance stuff. But I also think this is a good way to get rid of maybe some dead inventory for them. That is a fun way to do it. And I think what you said, Josh, I mean, I think if they showed some of the prototypes that could be in these boxes, that they showed what these sign pops were going to be, maybe what some of the rare Freddies are, I think you could drum up even more interest. But maybe at this first one, they just kind of wanted to see where this was going to play out. I would like to see what the total number of boxes were going to be, so you really know the odds. Whenever you have a mystery box, I think you kind of need to know that. I've never really liked the ones that are open-ended. You know, we've bought from boxes that are kind of open-ended like that, and I never feel real great about those boxes. Here, I feel a little bit different. I still don't feel like it's great odds or anything like that. I don't think this is, like John said, this is not a mystery box I would recommend to people. With that being said, you know, it's such a low risk, really, at paying just over $6 something a box. You really can't, you know, it can be fun. It could be fun, I think, just to have a chance at something that's super rare. You know, a lot of people would love to grab a prototype.
I think it can be fun if they do it the right way. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with Funko or any other company who wants to do a mystery box with their own products, but like I would rather pay more and have a shot at better odds with better quality all around instead of 99% of the boxes being stuff that hasn't been selling well. You know, somebody joked, I think it was Wayne or somebody said it's all going to be Eternals pops. There's probably going to be a lot of Marvel, you know, some of the newer Marvel stuff that is not heavily desired. My biggest issue is I don't care what's in the box. Show me something. Like just putting up 3 silhouettes and saying like, hey, these are the odds. Like if you have autographs, show me the autographs. If you have prototypes, show me at least one prototype. Like if there's a Freddy, like Freddy's your boy, like show off Freddy. Like what are my potential crazy pulls? Like, I don't know what companies, it seems like it's been happening more and more the last couple of years. Companies just don't want to show what's in the boxes and they just still expect people to buy them. Now Funko is lucky because they're Funko, so they can kind of get away with it, especially with these being low cost. But I don't know, like I'm not excited. Like we got picked, so it's like yay, but at the same time, like I don't even know. Like I don't know if I be excited. Like I don't know how to feel. It's bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like that when we got the $5 ones. I like the $5 ones exceeded my expectations. You know, at the same time though, in like when we did the sodas, exceeded my expectations. With that being said, like I've seen somebody messaged us this week. They ordered 12 mystery sodas. They got 12 of the Nana from Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
I would not be stoked if I got 12 of the exact same soda that are all unnumbered and that kind of thing. So it can go a lot of different ways, but I think we're all kind of on the same page. I like that it's super low risk. I like that they're doing this. I actually think it's a fun little way to do it. With that being said, though, would I like to see some of the stuff that's in these? I would just like that. And really, I think it's good for them as a company because no matter what prototypes they put in there, I think that people are going to be excited about it. You know what I mean? And I think you're going to get even more excited if you've seen that one or two prototypes that you would really love to have, or something else. But obviously they turn people away. They didn't need to show any of it to make it work. But like some other boxes that have happened over the last couple of years, I think people are starting to get smart with where they put their money at. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this is good for now, but people will kind of see through this at some point if they don't kind of up that excitement for it.
Well, I think it was also perfect, for them. So they ran the big sale, right? Like the week before for almost the whole week. It was almost the whole week. So after that, they're like, all right, what didn't sell out of that we only had marked for $5 to $8, or $5 to $10? We had things marked down to $5 to $10. All right, what didn't sell? Okay, all that can go in. It can be ready for these mystery boxes and put them together. I hope they're cool and they brand these a little bit or something like that too. Like, it would be neat, like, to have something, like, even if it's a little box that has the 3 pops in it, something a little different for the mystery box part of it. I think that would help as well too. Is like, I think branding can go a long way if they're not just shoved in a box and you get 9 pops in a sorter box, of stuff or something like that.
Yeah, I get where you're at, Michael, and I kind of agree with you as well. Like, that's why I'm okay with them doing 3 pops for $7 a piece. Like, if they start to get in that, like Michael said, a gray area of, let's say they do a thumbs up. If they do a single pop box for like $40 or something like that, and they know they're getting rid of dead stock, but you have a chance at something really cool, it does start to, it starts to rub me a little bit the wrong way. Like, if another company does it, I don't have a problem with it. A secondary market type thing. They do stuff like that all the time. I'm okay with that. I would not be so much okay with that with Funko doing it, because then I feel like you're taking advantage. 3 pops for, again, $20. You're not taking advantage of anyone, in my opinion, and you have a chance at some fun things. But it can go down a slippery slope, depending on if they tried to change it up too much from where they're at right now.
So I have an interesting question. I see Mason has joined us with Such Pops. He might have an answer to this one, because I'm sure he's gotten offers, because I know he's looking for a ticket to Fundays. He's gone before in the past, and he wants to go again. I'm curious what people are offering. What are people trying to sell Funday tickets for at this point? Like, what are the crazy offers that you've seen for a Fundays ticket so far? I saw one, or like, I think Undiscovered Realm or someone posted, we have a customer that, the good customer of ours that's looking to sell tickets. Like, let me DM me. It doesn't say anything about price or anything like that. It just like DM us.
We'd like to guess.
Like fishy ones, on Facebook. Like, DM me for the price. Like, I won't tell you the price of something.
I feel like $1,500 plus is what I'm guessing.
Yeah. Like,
Wayne, you got an offer for 1,000?
1,000?
It's a fair offer.
That seems low. That seems low. Like, if you got offered to buy for 1,000, good. But I think that seems low, because I was thinking.
Yeah, Tyler, I think that you are probably right there. I think that 1,500 minimally is what people are gonna be asking for that.
Yeah, and I think that's the funny part too. 1K, and people are saying if I go, I have to give them the box of fun I get. So I know other people that have said, if you want to just go and be my pop mule, I like to call it pop mule. Like, you want to go and experience it, but you got to give me everything you pull and get. You can go for free, but you got to I need someone to just go and do the work. Some people, because they're going to sell them right after. And these are typically like resellers that are reselling them afterward. So if you just want to go and get that, there's probably people out there that would do that. But if you want to keep anything, I would say, hey, I want to keep a couple things and give me a good price, and I'll go and give you the other things, like something like that. If you didn't want to, like, some kind of weird deal like that. But yeah,
like, if you got to give the whole box up, like, what are you paying $1,000 for? Like, really, like the fantastic food and I get the great company. I think it'd be super cool to be in a room with, like, that's my favorite part of the cons, is like interacting with you know, with people that we've either talked to or, you know, semi know through, you know, whatever, whether YouTube or Instagram or something like that. But pay $1,000 to sit with somebody that you don't really know and you're not allowed to really take anything. You just, that seems weird, but yeah, I've seen it. I've seen that offer be given to people before.
Oh, we got tons of messages. I guess people just assumed that two things, we didn't get tickets, and they immediately assumed that we wanted tickets. I would love to go to Fundays, but I'd say I'm disappointed, but I'm not disappointed. Like, it is what it is at this point. Like, the people in the community that immediately, like, the ones that messaged us was like pathetic. Like, sorry, like, you're messaging us and you're asking $1,500 to $2,000 per ticket. Like,
were they going to let you keep the box of fun?
That didn't even come up because they've been blocked. Like, I think I'm not dealing with that low of people. I was just disappointed with the people that I thought were like friends. Like, some of the people that messaged us are like people that I don't talk to every day, but I considered them a friend in the community. And I just felt like you now have crossed the line with trying to take advantage of somebody who actually does enjoy Funko as a company, enjoys this community, enjoys this hobby. And I've been hearing stories of it all over the past couple of days of it happening, not just to us, but to other people in our group chats and to people all over the community. And it's just really sad that people don't see a problem with it. Like, they just immediately, like, they're just like, yep, I got tickets. This is the price, you know, pay up. It is how it is. Like,
yeah, like, I get torn a little bit because let's say you're getting like, if I was getting a ticket, do the +1 automatically come, or you have to purchase a +1? Like, meaning
you have to,
when you get the ticket,
like,
are you forced to get the +1?
It's $200
I don't think you're
per
forced.
ticket.
I don't think you're forced. You could just get one.
You could
if you
just,
wanted
okay.
to buy just
I mean, if I
yeah.
was lucky enough to get, well, I would take my wife. Let's be honest. I would take my wife. I wouldn't.
You should take your wife.
Yeah, you should, and I would. But like, let's say I'm a single person and I don't have anybody else that I would want to go with. You know, luckily I'm not in this situation because I would definitely be single. Anyway, besides the point, I would buy the extra ticket and I would want to flip it. Now, what I would never do is like put up a stipulation that, you know, just me as a person, fine if you want to flip it, fine if you want to get $1,000 for it. You got lucky, really. You won a lottery ticket to a certain extent. And if you're going to go, you won a lottery ticket. I think you're okay. I think it's okay if you want to profit off of it, but it starts to feel a little bit scummy when you're not going to let that person like participate in the full night by saying you're not going to get the box then either.
Well, that thing is that's all messed up because of that. Like, if you're going to sell someone the ticket to get the experience, like, you should get the full experience. Like, Mason,
right?
like,
that's what I'm saying. That part I just don't like.
And you could say something like, I got first dibs of, like, if you get something I really want, I got first dibs.
No, if you sell
like buying it or something, I don't know.
It should be you sell someone the ticket. If you get the ticket, it's cut and dry. Like, this is your ticket. That's your stuff. You know, because
if you're bringing someone for like regular price, so I'm not talking about selling it for $1,000 or $1,500. You're just bringing someone else.
You're saying, like, if you sell them the ticket for retail, but like, I could kind of see
that.
That
I can I can understand that. Somebody really just want
if you oversell it like a flip, you're selling. It's like if you're selling tickets to a concert, you can't be like, well, you know, if they throw the guitar pick at you and you catch
you have to give it to me.
The drumstick. I get that. You know, it's like, no, you sold me these seats for $1,000. I get them for $1,000. I think the interesting thing will be too. All right, so there's 2 nights. There's Friday and Saturday night, right? How about the people that go on Friday night? If the boxes aren't great, will tickets go crazy? Like, people trying to last minute sell them,
like, get rid of them,
$bucks because they won't.
Oh, that's
make
this year it's the biggest curveball is the second day. What if the boxes are really good Friday night and then ticket prices triple overnight for for Saturday night? But what Funko 401 said is the exact problem that I have with people looking at it. Like, if you are looking at these tickets the way people look at it as a pop, like flipping a pop just because there is a market value when it's hot off the press, like, that is the problem. because you are making the problem worse by just going along with the crowd or looking around at everybody and going, well, they're selling it for this or they're trying to sell it for that, so I'm going to sell it for this. Like, you are ruining the hobby and you
But
are
John,
eroding the community aspect.
Can I propose a question to you
I had a
love
feeling you were going to have a rebuttal. Go for it.
Yes, I do have a rebuttal because I want to hear what the answer would be to this. So let's say okay, Josh tried to get tickets. He wanted to see where he ended up in line.
Yep.
Let's say you do that and magically you get picked. Now, I had no intentions on going to SDCC. I have no way to afford a plane ticket to SDCC. I don't even know where I'm going to stay. I'm going to have to stay on somebody's floor when I get out there at some point. Would you not want to flip that ticket for, let's say, $1,500 to pay for your way there? Listen, I'm going to let them take the box and do all of that stuff, but this is the only way I can get to SDCC is by flipping this ticket. Are you not going to do that because you don't want to feed in the problem? You probably will say you won't because I know that you're kind of virtuous like that.
So here, but before I answer that question, I'll give you a great example. So Jim Rock and Row, he just joined the chat. Good to see him. He gave me my ticket for Fright Night for retail. He sold me a ticket for retail. Like, he did what, I mean, he went above and beyond. He could have even sold it to me for like 50 or $100, over if he was to say like, hey, I had a connection, I got this ticket, like, I'll give you a couple extra bucks, and he has some spending money. Like, he could have done that, but he sold it to me not a penny more. Like, he was truly like honorable, like went above and beyond. And what, frankly, you never see. You don't see people doing that in the community. Like, and
I'm sure you do see. We just don't hear about it because there's people that are friends with other people that they're not going to reach out to. They're going to reach out to their friend, just like Jim reached out to you.
I was going to say, nobody might have known that story until you just told it now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True. And like, the nice things are quieter, and then like you hear all the negative stuff. It's much louder. And they don't, but more stuff like that needs to come to light. But however, in this community that's so small, we're so tight knit, you pretty much hear about almost everything. And that's why I'm so frustrated, because the past couple of days, the people that reached out to me who I thought were, more than acquaintances, like fellow collectors here in the hobby and everything, like, they are officially a part of the problem. You want to sell, like, Hot Pop comes out, you want to sell it a little bit more than retail because you were lucky enough to get it, and you want to get a couple bucks to cover your time or whatever. 100%, you deserve that. But when you grossly overprice something because you can take advantage of people in this situation, because this event is without a doubt one of the, the meccas, the holy grail events of collectibles, and everybody around the world wants to go. The greed is just absurd. And I blame the community, because the community, we're all about community all year. And then boom, these tickets come out and people are like, yep, $2,000. Like,
I think that's human nature, unfortunately, more than the community. Like, I could see, I think you get into a situation where, and listen, some people, they had to make, like, I'm playing kind of devil's advocate because personally, I'm right there with you. I mean, personally, I feel weird. Like, I've gotten pops off the Funko shop before that are like instant grails. Like, back in the day, I wouldn't sell them right away, or I gave them to people or did that kind of stuff because I always feel weird. I just feel weird. And I don't know. I just do. And I'm not trying to be like virtuous or anything like that, because I can't say I've never bought a pop and sold it for over retail. Like, it's happened.
That's what I'm not saying. It's 100% unreasonable to me to expect anybody in the community, even to see your best friend. That's why I use Jim as an example, because he was the rare above and beyond. You'll never see a situation like that ever again, anomaly, where I was just truly blown away and humbled by that gesture, because something like that is never going to happen. What I'm saying is, all right, like, the tickets are $200, right? I think a reasonable price, if you want to mark it up to somebody after fees, it was what, like, if you bought two tickets, it was like $463. If you bought one ticket, $240, $250. Like, honestly, if you want to say like $100 more, maybe $150, heck, $200 if you had to wait a long time in the queue, you had multiple things set up. I get it. Like, you can do that. But when you're marking up these tickets 1,000% of their market value, like, That is insane. Like that's just pure greed. And like there was 100, and actually the thing that Funko, I guess, should be proud of, they made this event 2 days and they had over 100,000. Somebody sent me a screenshot just before the queue closed. They had almost 200,000 people in the queue. So kudos to Funko. I would bet strongly that this event turns into 3 days next year, if not the year after that, because that's just more money and more revenue for Funko. But look at the demand for this event and people trying to get it. And we know, like we mentioned a couple of minutes ago, how many people in there don't even own a single Funko Pop. They're in there. It's all the sneaker people and all the watch people and all the people that try to get these rare items off the drop. They're in there because they know they can flip these things. And we can't hold those people accountable. What I'm holding people accountable for is the people in this community who
I get where you're at. Yeah.
You know?
That's a good, actually, I think what you just said is where you're hitting the nail on the head. You're not necessarily having the issue with the flipping people. You're having, flippers. I get where you're coming from now. You're talking more the people that are actually part of this community, because you've had people specifically reach out to you that are part of, the community. And I'm glad you explained it that way, because I think there's like one part of me that's right along with you. Like I would want to see people do the right thing. And I shouldn't have said the right thing, because really everybody's situation is different. Some people, the right thing is to flip these tickets and be able to get themselves out there, or maybe they need to make a little for whatever reason it's going to be. So I don't even want to say the right thing, because I think you start to run that slippery slope of, morality when you're trying to flip something. I think for me, I don't like doing it, but I think I understand it and I'm okay with it. But if you're part of the community trying to help people out, which I feel like we try to do more than not, that, yes, I get where you're coming from. If somebody wants to make a profit, you don't have an issue with it. But when it starts to feel like you're gouging and you're part of whatever, or you say you're part of whatever, but I follow.
So the last thing that I'll just throw onto the fire here is one of the people that made me really upset actually joined the chat a little while ago. And if they're in here and they feel comfortable with speaking up and telling their side of the story, they can 1000% go ahead, because I'll tell my side of the story. So they offered me tickets at an obscene price. And just to entertain the conversation for a couple seconds, I had just asked, why so much? Like, why did they feel that their set specifically of tickets was valued at $2,500, which was on the very high end of what I've seen thus far? And they said that they were unfortunately in the midst of having some car trouble. And while I always sympathize with people who are having any sort of financial difficulty in life, there's a lot of people in this hobby who collect and they only have $10, $15 extra at the end of the month to buy one Funko Pop. Those people are still part of the community. Those people are still collectors, and they have just as amount of right to be in any of these streams and any of our conversations and any of our channel video comment sections as anybody else. My thing is, if you do have a $2,500 car bill, why the heck are you in the Fundays queue when clearly, and I think this kind of ties into what you were saying, Vince, then you're not paying for a flight to California. You are not paying the hotel. You are not going to this event. Right. You are now then
you did it for the
queue.
Right.
Your morality is out the window. Like you are solely in the queue to try to get these tickets to take away from somebody who actually was trying and planning on going to the event. And now you ruined an experience for someone else, because that person who could have gotten the tickets at retail now has to pay your price to go. And great, like you didn't want to work and fix your car. You wanted to go this route and fix your car, but it's disappointing.
You know what? I understand where you're at, because it is, like I said at the beginning of the talk about this, it's a lottery ticket. You win the lottery ticket, you want to flip it. I understand that, and I do, but there is that other side of it. This is not a lottery that you're taking money from someone that collected the money. You're actually taking an experience, most likely, away from somebody else that would have enjoyed that experience. And again, I'm not going to be holier than thou and say that morally, I don't really have an issue with it. As somebody that's in the community that wants to see the best just for everybody, I guess that's where, and I'm with you on what you said, John. Like, I have more of an issue, I guess, with that. You know, if I got in there and I won them, I don't know what I would do, because technically I don't think I would have been able to get out there no matter what, because there's no forget the money
We
even
couldn't have
involved.
gotten out there. We didn't even bother trying because we
And
couldn't.
I didn't bother trying either. If I would have bothered trying though, and somehow we won it, maybe I would have gone. Maybe I would have. Maybe if we won that, I probably would have just made it happen.
I would
at
have
that
went
point.
with you, Vince. I would have went with you. We couldn't make it happen.
Could
I
you
mean,
imagine
that's
that
the
road
thing.
trip?
If I
That could have
won-
been a movie.
That,
Me and
that,
Josh
would have
driving
been
out
that would
to
have been insane.
SDCC.
we'd
That would have
drive.
been-
Yeah, we're gonna
But-
meet
but-
halfway, and then like.
But here's
That
the
would have
thing,
been
Vince.
something.
Like you would have made it happen. Like if you worked with Bree and you're like, hey, I got these tickets, I wasn't expecting
Right.
to, you would have made it happen. However, if you had some sort of family event or something that you were just like, I can't get out of this, I can't get rid of this roadblock. Like I know that you probably have like 50 people right off the top of your head in this community that you could say, you reach out to them, bada boom, and you say, hey, here's a screenshot. Here's what I paid. If you guys want them, they're yours, you know? And those people, see, here's the thing that people don't realize. This is the biggest thing. And people don't understand this yet. I feel like it happens to the three of us all the time. And then you have all these people going, wow, like, how did this happen? How did that happen? It is basic human nature 101. Vince, you give those tickets to Art and Sandy. I'll use them as an example, right? You can't go, and I know Art and Sandy, they're big fans of you guys. I see them all the time, right? And you go to them and you say, hey guys, I can't go. I don't know if they're in here tonight, but you say, hey, I can't go. You guys just you pay what I paid and you can go. They're gonna go and they're gonna have the time of their life, and the whole time they're there, they're going to be like, we wouldn't be here without Vince. If Vince hadn't been so nice, we wouldn't have had this. And who knows? They might have come back and they might have said, Vince, there was a 500 piece, I don't know, like some crazy Masters of the Universe pop. And they're just going to give it to you. And it's a $1,000 piece on the aftermarket. They're just giving it to you because they got it for free. They know you like Masters of the Universe. You're happy because you got an item that you weren't expecting out of your collection. And they're happy because they got an experience of a lifetime, and they still got other items for their collection. They got pictures. They had dinner with Mike Becker, the whole 9 yards. They're super excited. Or they don't even give you something now. It could be like a year from now or 2 years from now, and they get something crazy in a mystery box, or you don't even know. Or maybe, Sandy gets a huge bonus at work, and she goes, you know what? I got a $500 bonus this year. I'm going to go spend all this money on the Poppin Duo's charity auction because they hooked us up with Fundays tickets. Like, people don't understand, like, you do something good for someone else, it will come back.
Yes.
It is like, it's happened to all
Karma,
three of us. It's happened to other people in the community. It is textbook karma, the universe writing itself, whatever you want to call it. It comes back around.
We've preached that for a long time, and I've preached that for a long time. I mean, the more positivity, we've said it a lot of times on here before, but the more positivity you put out there, more positivity that comes back. We're given a ton of stuff, and it a lot of times, and a lot of the stuff that we send out to people and do that kind of stuff with, nobody hears about it. And I think that's, that's kind of what you were saying, John, with the story about Jim. It is you don't hear enough about that, but I know that goes on. I know that happens. I wish you heard more about that. We are going to hear a lot more about the flipping. And again, I understand it. I don't go along with it. You're right. That's probably 100% what I would end up doing, because I wouldn't feel good about myself. And a lot of times I'd rather see something like that happen, have somebody else have that experience. And it is stuff, I've sent like little pops or stuff that I didn't think was a big deal, but it's meant the world to other people. And I think that goes a long way. So if you guys did get tickets, keep that little, I like what John said here. Keep that maybe in the back of your mind when, treat people like you would want to be treated. Not necessarily, and nobody's saying that you have to give them right at retail or do something like that, but, maybe just keep that thought in mind when you're trying to maybe make a little bit of a profit or something like that.
And I would be really sketch buying tickets from people. Like, I don't know, unless you really have,
unless you know
there's no there's no platform for selling those type of tickets. It would be different if, you know what, if they had something like a Ticketmaster or some other ticket selling program, you could just go on there and people could buy or bid or whatever they want, and here's the ticket and it's out there. I think that would be a better way. Like, Funko should just set that up. If they're going to let people sell the tickets like this, set up like that should be the how they could go through for the venue afterwards, is sell them. Because I think, I wonder how many people also this week or next week or getting closer will start getting scammed on people saying they have tickets and saying, well, you got to send me Venmo. You got to send me that, you know, that Cash App money, and then be like, oh, here you go. Here's your tickets. I'll transfer them over to you or whatever.
Yeah, it definitely, yeah, buyer beware out there for sure. Because when you're talking big amounts of money like that too, stuff like this does turn people kind of weird. So yeah, you got to keep a lookout. And to all the people that got it, because I know there are several people that did get those tickets and are going. Guys, have a blast. Take some pictures. Send them to us.
Do we know anyone that won tickets through the giveaway?
We only know of 2 people.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, that's great. Like, people won those tickets through the giveaway. I mean, that's even better. Hopefully they use them and don't just try to sell them or anything like that. Hopefully they get to go get that experience and get it for free, other than whatever it costs you to fly or do whatever. Sell a pop or 2 afterwards, you got your money back probably that you spent going to the trip. And I think that's what, you know, a lot of people at least try to do. That might be that might just go to really attend. Like, they'll sell a pop or 2 afterwards and get the money back they spent on the trip, but still have the experience and have a couple other things they like, but are able, like, if they get something they don't really collect, it's a great way to, you know, get the money back for your trip that you spent.
Right.
So going in a different direction here, Chase Chaser brings up a good point, and I think we should definitely hash this out really quick. He says, I know people would be unhappy about it, but I feel like Funko should make the Box of Fun an at-home only item. It would probably lead flippers away from Fundays tickets. And I partially agree with this. I think the Box of Fun, I think here's the thing. If you don't give away anything at Fundays, then you're going to have purely a collector only event. The tickets are not going to sell out for a week. And you're really only going to have people go there for the love of Funko, and the event wouldn't grow as quickly as we've seen it grow over the last few years. I still think it would grow. I think people would be excited, but I don't think Funko would see the type of revenue and growth that they would want to year over year.
Because I mean, I don't know if they feel like it's worth it to, like, yeah, I'm not saying that they don't make any money. They definitely made money at this, but I don't think they make enough to really almost justify it now. And if they had no boxes of fun, like, I don't know. I'm not saying they wouldn't sell out. I think they would sell out.
They'll get a proto. Maybe.
What I'm saying, like, what I was gonna say is, like, if they don't have a box of fun, but they're giving away stuff all night. It's just they don't have something that's like, you're not getting a box. Like, if they divided it up into the 4 teams, and like, I think what they should do is like divide it up into the 4 teams, kind of like what they did for the Blacklight Fun Days, and like each team just got different stuff. But that, I think the Box of Fun is kind of like the guaranteed, you know, like everybody who goes, you're getting a box. They even put it on the ticket.
Don't you think some of that's the hype though that gets built though in the community in general? Don't you think some, like, would it be the same kind of hype if that wasn't? And I get the at-home boxes would maybe take that place a little bit, but don't you feel like that party, like, it's like a culmination of the year at this point for that? Like, if they were to switch that now.
It's over.
I'm playing devil's advocate a little bit too, because I'm not even saying that that's wrong.
They can't go back on it. If they were to go back on it, like if they were to come out and they would say, I'll really throw one into the fire here. If they said, all right, everybody goes to Fun Days, gets a Project Fred, I'm telling you right now, those tickets would still be available. No one's going. Like, yeah, but I think they're actually doing it right. Like, I really, like, we criticize Funko, but we also praise Funko when they deserve it. And I actually think they do it right. The fact that they give a box to the people that go that's different from the take-home box, I think that's the right way to do it, because there's hype for the event. Then there's hype for the online drop. Everybody in the community has an equal shot. We can, we can go down that route because some people don't feel like it's equal because, the box gets sold out pretty quickly online. And obviously the tickets are the whole other story that we just discussed. But technically, everybody has an equal chance at either going to the event or getting a box online. So everybody has a fair shot at getting some of the rarest items, most exciting, most hyped items of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. If like I love Funko, and obviously I'm a huge collector. If there's no box of fun, like I'm not going to go out. Like that would be the draw for me. And I'm just trying to be 100% honest. Like that would be the draw to me to go there, and kind of you experience that. You're taking something super cool home. I probably wouldn't sell any of the stuff that I got because I'd be so like happy with the whole thing of it. But yeah, if that's not there, like it wouldn't be super like attractive to me. I like how many people would feel that way though. There are people that would want to.
I think the only way they would
look at the cons. Like I hung around the Funko booth over at C2E2 from a good amount of time just because I love the atmosphere around there. So I'm saying this, but on the other hand, would I want to? Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I think if they were to do it like, okay, there's no official box of fun for the event, that would be fine. But then they would have to just give away, like, there would just be giveaways like every 10 minutes. They would send out the prize patrol and they'd be like, all right, this team, who's the loudest? And then they just, they give they give this team a pop and this team a soda, this team a proto. Like they would just have to be giving stuff away the whole time. So even though there's no guarantee of a box, but people know they're going to go home with like a bag full of like 10 or 12 or 20 items. But I think they just termed the box of fun and it's a well-known thing now that they're not going to go back on it. But yeah. I think no matter what, as long as there's giveaways and as long as the items, specifically pops, are rare, they have value on the aftermarket, this event's always going to sell out.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and really, I think they do it fine. I think it's good the way that it is. I'm okay with the way it is. Like I would like to see more collectors get in, but there's a lot of things I'd like to see more collectors get than flippers and that kind of thing. But if there's flippers in your, whatever your hobby might be, whether it's Lego or Funko or whatever, that you have a hobby. I mean, quite honestly, you're having something that people are willing to go after because there are people ravenous enough to go after those higher prices and, play into the FOMO and that kind of thing. So I don't know. Congrats to the people that got in. Good luck to the people that are going to have to try to pick up aftermarket tickets. I hope that transactions go well for you and nobody gets taken advantage. I'm just going to hope for all that stuff to work out. And, hopefully we have a good box of fun and we have a fun SDCC this year. I think they do an amazing job with that. So what else do they do an amazing job with? We got to bring this right on the screen. Because, listen, John, can I play devil's advocate again? I love playing devil's advocate.
Please sell me, Vince. Sell me why.
No. I'm not selling you because I wouldn't buy these if no. But let me say, because I'm curious. I don't hate these as much as you do. I know that for a fact. With that being said, I really equate like people are. I'm not surprised by these. Like, think about this. If you go back in the day, we had the Vinylmations that were all the same Mickey looking characters that had some really weird ones that didn't look right. I feel like this is one of those that it doesn't like, I don't love this. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, this is fantastic. This is a fantastic product. I would definitely pay $300 for it. If you're a huge fan of Icy and you have all the collectibles, I understand this. I don't absolutely hate this, but do I love this? No, but I didn't love the Sprite one. I didn't love the Coke one. And I know the other people did. I think other people did. I've seen people opening them and I think that they enjoy them. It's not for me, but I think that that's okay. This is not for me either. The big boy was for me. I would have loved to get that. I would have genuinely loved to have that big boy. And if they do something similar to that, I could get back on board with these. But these remind me of like the Bear Brick. Some of the Bear Brick stuff, like people love those, but there's certain Bear Bricks and certain like that they just for me fall very flat. But it's no disrespect to any of those other brands or really, like I said, even the Project Fred. I think this has a place for people. It's probably not going to be in my collection. Does not mean that I'll never buy one of these, depending on what they put out there, though.
Josh, what do you think? I'm curious what your thoughts are.
I'm just looking at that polar bear and keep seeing Freddy's eyes in his mouth, and it's just
Josh, you don't love that?
That looks so. It just looks so wrong and funky, like how the mold is painted over. It's a terrible like placement of it, and the other one just reminds me of Art Series. Like,
honestly, whoever designed this, and I know this is no disrespect to Mr. Becker, because I think
feel like disrespect's coming.
He's a big fan of these or whatever, but whoever worked on these should be fired like immediately. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't. Or at least you think they're that bad.
This is a slap in the face to Funko, to Freddy. To Freddy as a mascot, like what Josh just pointed out. Look at his face; it's completely distorted. Like, this is worse than Art Series. Like, the only thing that's good about this, I guess, is that it has a chase. Like, so I guess there's some excitement, but like, they can't make a different mold. If I'm giving you $300 of my hard-earned money, you can't make the next one different, or like, don't make him Freddy. Just take a standard like DIY pop mold, blow it up. Like, this.
I'd be more impressed if these were like hand painted, and like I feel like the Hikaris had better.
Yes,
like,
the Hikaris were better than this at $40.
Like, bring back the Hikaris before you keep doing these. I mean, now I saw someone mention Vinyl Matrons. I know you did a little bit, Vince, too. So the Vinyl Matrons did have some bigger ones that were more expensive, that were more limited.
Some of them were really, Josh, do you agree? Some of those look really weird, but there's other ones that looked really good.
There was
one of those really weird ones.
Awesome. Yeah, there was some, but they also made, I don't know how many thousands of different Vinyl-mations at a certain point too.
You're saying they should have maybe picked one that would have worked, like instead of, I mean,
I think it was just I don't know. They keep going on the add icon kit. I think that's what they're trying to go for with these and keep going. It's just I don't. It'll be interesting to see if they have to rerun these ones. Like, we have to rerun the equalizer thing or not on these, because even the chase, like, unless you are a super Icy Bear fan, which I don't know too many.
Yeah, is there a clan name for Icy Bear?
Like,
there might be.
Like, there probably is.
I like Icy Bear, but I was good with the one pop, like the one add icon spot.
Yeah.
Like, it's a scented too. Like, can you at least give something out of it better?
Cool. I'm just so confused, because this is Funko we're talking about, multi-billion-dollar company, the ability to make any mold under the sun, who's supposed to have a creative team that's supposed to be creative, and sometimes they just take stuff and they just, I don't get it. Like, I feel like a second grader could do better than this. And then they want top dollar. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing. I am not disagreeing with you at all. I'm really not. But with that being said, like, there are many other like designer toys that do the exact same thing as this. Like, and I'm not saying that that's right.
No.
There's
a Project Fred design. Like, have people submit? I know that this is licensing stuff. This is a licensing piece. Like, they're like, whoever owns the rights to Icy, I don't know who does. I don't know if they're their own brand company or some bigger brand owns them. Probably a bigger brand owns them by now. But whoever owns Icy, like, oh yeah, that looks good. Like, that's what we want.
Yeah, this is you know, it's a mailed in type of thing. Like, it's super.
I think that there are designer toys out there that are like $20 retail that have more thought, more creativity, and more
you're right
than this. I'm just saying, like, you can't. Okay, like, if you're Funko, if Funko was putting this out for $15, I'd be like, okay, it makes sense. Like, it's $15. Like, it's got this chase. Like, I would maybe pay, like, for the size. Like, realistically, I could see retail being $29.99, but they're asking 10 times that. Like, this should blow people out of the water. Like, if you're going to put this on display in your collection, which, you know, let's remind everybody, as a consumer, as a collector, you're supposed to be proud of the items that you have in your home, in your collection room, in your man cave, your woman cave, wherever you put your stuff. Like, people are people going to walk in your home and be like, wow, that's a $300 figure? And let's keep in mind, like, $300 retail, limited, has a chase. The expectation should be these are more, you know, worth more on the aftermarket once they sell out. So now we're talking about potentially like a $400 to $500 figure for the common, $700 to $800 figure for the chase. Like, yeah, like that. Like, how much was that retail, Josh?
I think it's $80.
Like, that's like incredible.
That. 500 of them. 500 of them. That's it.
Incredible. Like,
and look at
that's so cool.
And
like, whoever came up with that, you know, the tiny ghosts have been killing it. I've been loving the tiny ghosts, and the tiny ghosts have been selling out. I think I just saw the Steamboat Mickey one sold out.
Selling out.
Seconds.
Like
30,
quick.
More like 20 seconds. I was so bummed out.
Whoever is in this corner of the Funko community, like, you're probably people that work very hard, but like, what are you doing? Because I feel like you're not only disrespecting Freddy, you're kind of disrespecting the designer toy community, which I feel like is the target audience. Because I don't feel like I love Funko to death, and I don't feel like I'm the target audience for this. And I'm also, and you could say the price point, and you could also say the limited piece. I've spent $2,500 on a pop. Like, not. It is what it is. I've spent thousands of dollars on one single pop. I am not afraid to shell out a lot of my savings if it's something that is worth it to me. I'm not afraid of buying limited items. Like, so I feel like someone like me, maybe not anymore because we're trying to buy a house, but like someone like me, I should probably be the target audience for this. And I am so scared. Like, I am running in the opposite direction.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen. I don't think that you're not going to be able to defend these. And unfortunately, they're probably not going to get a lot better because I think you're going to get more of the same because it's kind of limited what they're going to be able to do with this. Again, I'll defend the big boy all day long. I really enjoyed that figure. I think that one looks great. Everything that's come since, like, it is too, like, this is just, there's just not a whole lot to this one. There's not a lot of thought to this one. It doesn't feel like. If this was like a Vinylmation, like a $15 small Vinylmation, I'd take a shot at getting one of these. I'd
even $20. If you said this was
I'd spend
$20 smaller figure,
like, as a
with
premium.
The
see, and that's where I'm saying, like, I get what they're trying to do because there are other designer toys that take up the same kind of format, but I think that the other designer toys that take up this kind of format put a lot more thought in maybe either license that they go with to see what they're going to do with it, or just in general, like, this is super plain. It doesn't feel like it's very thought out. And I hate saying that because I know there's got to be somebody behind this. I don't think that they, just whatever. I hate, like, kind of just blasting somebody's talents that they're putting out there, but it doesn't feel like there was a lot of thought given to this. And like, even the Coke and the Sprite one, I didn't feel like there was a lot of thought, but I at least understood Sprite and Coke because there's a lot of those collectors. Icy, maybe there is, and maybe there is, and I'm just, what do I know? I don't. Maybe there's a huge market for icy collectors.
Look at the Speed Racer and the Gotcha Man they just put out.
Beautiful figures,
so much better, and beautiful figures, and the box is amazing. Like, everything about it, like, the box has to be amazing too. Like, I don't care, like, for something like this, you're paying $250, $300 for a figure. The box needs to be amazing too. I will say that about Chomp. Like, their boxes are amazing. They protect the figure well. So if you decide not to display something like this, I have the box right over there too. That's perfect to have. So, I mean, it's nice that you actually get a certificate with these. I'll give them that. Like, at least they're doing, like,
it's nice that they're hand numbered,
individually
numbered. Hand numbered now. Like, they're doing some of those, like, little things there.
Thank you,
but
Steven.
I mean, I was so disappointed I didn't get the first Jumbo Chan. So that was one of the ones I went after. I would have loved to have that figure.
This one
so
to
good.
me, like this one to me should have been a layup. And I think if I can describe, like when I saw the icy, when I saw this, I immediately thought of what I wanted to see and what would have taken to get my $300. I would have loved to see a basic Freddy with the icy shirt, an actual face, not this weird like bear face, but like
no, I'm with you on this because you're going down the line that I would want to see.
You know, regular face, regular hair, you know, maybe a red crown to match the shirt, and have him holding the product, the icy, the actual the icy cup that everyone knows and loves. And then as a chase, what would be really cool, in my opinion, is if his entire face was blue, and then maybe instead of the ice trickling down, if the ice was like trickling up, and then the crown was white or some sort of different color, and almost do like a brain freeze version, as if he had like too much Slurpee and he got a brain freeze. Because I'm sure a lot of us remember, I remember having ices as a kid during the summer, and if you drank it too fast, you would get a brain freeze, you know? So I don't know. I just feel like they could have went almost, maybe in their opinion, basic, and it would have done a lot better than this. Because it would, but the basic would have had more thought and more.
I think that this is
the problem is the new mold. It's that's the problem. Like this Project Fred is always going to be this mold.
Right.
Won't change at all.
That's the problem. Then you can't ask $300. Then I'm sorry. Like if you're gonna ask $300 from me every time, like I was expecting, I must have misinterpreted what Project Fred was going to be. Then I thought it was going to be a different mold at least every other figure, but it's just basically like Project DIY.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I wasn't confused by that, but I thought they were going to be more like the big boy. Honestly, I thought we were going to get, you know, in the whole ad icons, it's hard. Like it's hard to do Freddy as just ad icons. Like I think that's going to be hard. If we would have seen more like the big boy, I would have liked to see more this went. These, yeah, unfortunately they're not my cup of tea. I don't think they're most people's cup of tea. I didn't see a lot of positive reactions to this, and I can't say I'm surprised by that.
I mean, and I will say, you know, I've bought several different designer toys, probably more than both of you guys, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt.
And I, with those, you know, I've gotten several Chomps, and a lot of Chomps I've had that are same mold, but those aren't my favorite. Like the ones like I skip stuff because they're not a different mold. Now, if it has a really amazing glow or something different about it, but like, all right, the one I just saw is Zoltar Speaks, the Gumball Chomp, the Chomp from New York Comic Con when we went, the Cyborg one, like all those are my favorite ones because the molds are different and not the same thing and just painted a different color. Like I skipped Chomps that were just the same color. Same with like I'm glad Tiny Ghost switched over to resin and started making these new ones. So yeah, because I was kind of like the molds were kind of, you know, they're always kind of the same. And now they're making these molds and they're great and they're amazing and they're still kept them at like 200 pieces and things like that, like 200 pieces. That one was 90. I never got the Lego one. Like I missed out on that one, but you know, those kind of things.
I wanted that one too, the space one.
I wanted the Steamboat Willie one so bad, man. That thing sold out quick. Well, you know what? Listen, this is not everybody's cup of tea. It's not our cup of tea. I was trying to play devil's advocate. It's very hard to do with. There's not a whole lot of defending because. Really, at the end of the day, this does not feel. Yeah, you guys are 100% right. I mean, I agree with you. This does not feel like a $300 figure to me. If this was, like I said, a Vinylmation that I'm paying $15 for, I probably would pick up one or two of these. But yeah, $300 like premium product, it's not to me, unfortunately. So it is what it is. We can move on. We don't have to beat the dead horse.
No, well, the last thing I'll say is that if Jim mentioned it, a mold this size, a new mold will be $8,000 to $9,000. Funko, if you're asking me for $300, which could be my entire budget on collectibles or hobbies for my entire month, I would expect you to shell out $8,000 to $9,000 and give me a different mold. Like force me to be like, nope, I have to get this figure. I have to try to get that different molded chase because
and they're making
how bad I want to get
of them. they're not making just like 100 of them and that's it. They're making 750 of them.
That's what I'm saying. So okay,
they're making
They
$200,000.
wouldn't be able to do a different if they're only making 750 of them though. They're not going to be able to do a different.
Well, if a new mold is 9,000, then they only have to. That's 30 figures. 30 figures covers the cost of the new mold. I get it. There's the painting and all the other stuff that goes into it. So that's more money that cuts into your budget. Packaging, yeah, I get it. Shipping, all that. But like this product is not making or breaking Funkos. Like at the end of the year, it's not like they're sitting around going, "Oh, we made $2 billion this year, and thank God it was because of Project Fred." Like this should be like the cherry on the cake. This is right. This is not their profit margin for the quarter. These 700.
You just pull one of my sayings, John.
You have a lot of sayings. Like,
yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Honestly, let's move on. There you go.
Let's move. I listen. I agree with you because I mean, really.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's all fair. It's fair
for everyone.
criticism.
If you like it, go for it. Like that's what it's all about too.
Yes.
We'll talk about other things that are $15 thing. You like it, go for it. If you don't.
We're gonna see other stuff right now that we're gonna. Some of us are gonna hate, and some of us are gonna love.
I'm just at a point in my life, adulthood, collecting journey where if I'm gonna spend the money, it's got to be something that I at least like a little bit. Whereas in the past, I'm sure we've all did it where we just collected to collected. I'm officially out of that stage. Like just because something's Star Wars doesn't mean I have to have it. Like you got to wow me. You got to, at least a little bit.
This face is not wowing you, huh? Listen, it's not wowing me either. Let's move on. Hey, you know what wowed me this week? These two. Cool. What did you guys think of the NFTs?
So
these are cool. These are way better than Project Fred.
I like the DuckTales. I mean, I said it. I think I went on Sully's stream when he was streaming on Tuesday or something. I said I'd be happy with Glumgold. I think he's like my favorite one out of the ones.
Yeah,
and he's only an
He's
Ultra.
The Ultra.
He's an Ultra.
Yes.
So if I don't pull him out of a couple packs, I could always go back and just buy him for $20 kind of thing. Probably $20 to $25, I bet. But I think this is a good line. All these are unique molds, never done before. This is how NFTs should be done. I think this is a good way to do them. It's going to be a tough drop because it's another drop-only drop. But I think there's more and more people getting used to buying things on drop. I think there's a good amount more than the early days of the first Disney drop. So I think that's going to help a little bit. Plus, people might have sold stuff and had stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think I would be happy with the two DuckTales. Like, I think DuckTales was my bigger one. The Darkwing Duck villains are cool too, but I think the two DuckTales I'd be happy with.
Yeah, I like Tailspin too. So I was a Tailspin person and honestly, I like all of these. I think that this will probably get several packs of these. And yeah, what you said, Josh, I think more people are getting comfortable with the drop marketplace and purchasing. And again, guys, if you want to buy packs, you do not have to know all the drop lingo and know that it's a drop only. If you want to buy packs, if you want to complete sets and that kind of thing, you are going to have to learn about it. Hopefully you already did that because we're getting to a point where it's almost too late to try to start figuring that out if you got to try to figure that out still. But I think as the drops start to come through more that are drop only or that kind of thing, I think people are figuring that out and we'll kind of get with it. Did you see the announcement they made from Drop that's on the left side of the screen here that they're going to start, you're going to start competing for the stuff. They're going to start putting some value in the NFT cards that have already gone past their redeeming point. Post-redemption. Yeah, that's a much better way to explain it than what I just said. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with that because I think that that's another piece of the puzzle that they need to start putting in place. I've really been happy with the changes that Drop's made over the last year, shipping the stuff out the right way, shipping it in good condition. I feel like they've been, really stepping up their game.
I'm curious if this is what we've heard early on and hasn't come about. But are we going to finally get a place to use our coins? Arcade coins?
I was wondering if that was coming up.
Are we going to finally get that? how many people are going to go start buying some coins just in case for pennies? How many people are going to start going to get some? But I'm curious if this is going to be like Drop Arcade and like you have to use your coins to be able to play for a chance to win something else.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how they kind of let that play out. I'm looking forward to these redeemables. I'm looking forward to these cards too. So that should be fun. And that'll be Tuesday, correct? It's this Tuesday?
I
think so.
Pretty positive.
So yeah, this Tuesday for these. They're dropping. I don't think they've said it's coming later this year for Drop Arcade. They haven't.
Drop Arcade is coming. Yes, correct.
I think they're trying to get people like don't go and just try to burn all your packs or get rid of all your packs or whatever afterwards. Like keep stuff or
I keep
they
all
want people to keep buying too. I'm sure they want to keep, even if it's pennies less. You know, like you're getting stuff cheaper. They want you to probably still continue to buy stuff off the marketplace and trade.
Yeah, they're getting a portion of every single sale. So yeah, and
yeah.
I mean it goes without saying they should have done this already. Honestly, they should have made it where you want to keep doing something with the cards that have already, gone post redemption, because why not keep getting a piece of that? And I've gone back and I've picked up some of the redeem sets. I'm pretty sure I completed my Halloween set from the first drop of Freddy's at this point. I've gone back and finished a couple sets because you're getting them for pennies, and why not?
Yeah.
The thing that I want to point out, these are before you jump to the Celtics here, these are all characters first time pops, right? I don't think we have any.
Yes.
Yeah. None of these have been pops.
Like that's amazing. Like kudos to Funko, an entire set of NFT characters never done before in pop form. Like that's amazing.
I'm sure you got some people like riled up and mad about it, but
I guarantee it.
Sure.
Because they're putting it behind the NFTs.
Oh, that just makes it more exciting. Actually, I like it when those people get upset.
Jen, I'm with you on that. I mean, like, you know what? There are going to be things that are harder to get, and then you have to kind of work for it, and you got to be okay with that. I mean, it makes
wait
it
till
easier.
These all hit the aftermarket. They'll be $40 to $80 each. They won't break the bank. Don't be upset. Especially now they're shipping them out faster and faster with every series. So, yeah.
It's more fun to hunt after.
Yeah.
You have to do some hunting for these.
Complaining about NFTs is so 2022. Well,
so what did you guys think of them dropping this as a pre-order? Usually this is like a Fanatics thing that they do. Now they're doing it as a pre-order.
I think this box is so cool. Like the style.
I like the box.
It looks really good. I think too, having it, there is no number on it yet.
That's what I was going to ask. What do you how do you think they're going to start handling these pre-order pops as we? What's going to be our first one that we're going to get that was a pre-order? We had the Dunk Kings, but they didn't really do anything with that. But that was more of a pop yourself thing, right?
Yeah, that was kind of like a.
No, what's the
Was it Kelsey? Was that the first pre-order that they did?
I think, right, with his shirt off, and
that might have been the first pre-order. I wonder how they're going to handle that. Are they going to release the number that they made?
I would hope so. I mean, I think
too.
that would drive a lot on this, depending on how many people buy this. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's a cool pack. I love that every character is kind of in a different pose too.
Yes,
like not every character's pose the same.
You get the trophy,
really nice. And you get the trophy. The box looks good. Funko's smart selling it themselves because they just have to get them in and ship them. Like, and they could keep. They don't have to make more than. Like, that's the one thing with Fanatic. I bet Fanatic says, okay, well, we'll only order 5,000 of these. You know, like these are big.
Well, that's where it's.
Was this $100? How much was
100?
This?
Yeah, they were charging $100 for this. It's on a pre-sale, and this is where I'm saying if they put numbers to these, and people know that going forward, like if you knew this was going to be numbered to however many were sold, wouldn't you be more inclined to purchase it? Now, the Celtics are not necessarily my team, so I'm not going to. I probably wouldn't spend $100 just to find out if it was going to be numbered or not. But like for future pre-orders, if you knew that pre-orders were going to be numbered every time, wouldn't it make you want to pre-order something a little bit more if you were into it. Like I'm kind of with you, John. I'm not.
I think people would if it wasn't their team. Like if the New York Rangers won the Stanley Cup, I wouldn't even blink spending $100 on a 5-pack of the 5 most important players from the team. So I think if it's your team, they have those people already. Like all the hardcore Celtics fans, they're buying this no matter what. What you're saying is the other side of it, which I'm sure Funko is trying to figure out. Like, how do we get regular pop collectors to buy this, sports enthusiasts, and people who just like basketball? And
I want to make a buck off of it. Retailers,
people who want to. I mean, who want to buy this just to flip.
I mean, if you think about it too, like Fanatic's a huge site that hits a lot of people. Funko hits a lot of people, but not everyone's sports fans and not everyone's looking for sports merchandise. Where Fanatic, you're probably buying something on there, you probably like a sport. You collect something, you're going after something, you want something. But Funko Shop, not everyone's going to see this that was up for pre-sale. So I think if you lived in Boston still, like if there was a shop in Boston, I would pick up 10 of these and keep them in my shop. Like easy. Stuff like that. Like, why not spend $1,000, keep 10 of them, keep them in your shop? They're going to go up at least $50 to $100 more, like easily, especially in your area if they're not available anywhere else afterwards. Like if Funko doesn't have these on the shop afterwards, you had to do the pre-order and that's it. That could be a lot.
Yeah.
Now, what did you guys think of Ahsoka here? The Diamond Ahsoka dropping on the Funko Shop this week.
I mean, not surprised, really.
I'm not surprised either. A lot of people were not happy because this was supposed to be was it not supposed to be a pop that was going to be for in-person cons?
No,
only?
It was released at that con. That's it.
They never made an announcement.
I think they made an announcement that was first going to be released at that con.
They never.
What's the problem then?
Anywhere else?
They never committed it to only being at one place.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
People were buying it for like $40 at the con or whatever it was selling for. But
a lot of people were buying it and then taking it over to Ashley Eckstein's booth and having her sign it.
And her crazy line, I'm sure.
I think I think of this Vader.
I think I said earlier in the stream, just because something's Star Wars doesn't mean I'm going to buy it. These 2 pops are like the definition of that.
John, you don't like this Vader? Why do I love this Vader for some reason?
It looks like a statue.
That's what I love about it. I love that it's like that bronze look. I love that.
It's Amazon. I'm going to wait for it to go down to $10 or $8.
Man, it's not the same mold. He's got electrocution coming off of his something or another over here. Doesn't
he? He's electric.
Ahsoka's great. Darth Vader is legendary. Make a new.
And you don't like either one of them, huh?
Don't like either one. No.
I kind of like this Vader. I hate to say it,
I think the diamond's better than the blue one. If they made instead of the blue, they should have made her diamond like
what, the Hall the Hall H one?
Hall H, yeah.
The Hall H one isn't that great either.
The Hall H one should have
for the price. This one I could see being a little better.
Yeah, you guys got me. I actually hate Star Wars this whole time.
Brian,
just a big scam.
I agree.
Yeah.
How can you not like the 42nd Darth Vader ever made?
I can think of a lot of other clones that I would like to be made. Now, here's the thing. There could be some obscure clone commander that I would be super excited for, and me and the 5 other people in this chat who would know who he is, we would celebrate. But everybody just goes, oh, Darth Vader, because they know Darth Vader. Darth Vader is an easy sell. So I've
always wanted Clone Bob. Clone Bob is the best clone out there.
Be better than Darth Vader.
Now, if you had to buy one of these 4 pops, which one are you getting? I kind of like this shirt. Slurpee. I like that they did a yellow shirt here.
If you forced me to get one of these 4 pops, I would get the
Slurpee.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
I don't think yellow's not my color. I feel yellow.
No, not me neither. Me neither, Josh. Yellow is definitely not my color.
The shirt's cute. Joanna could pull that shirt off. Not many people can pull off yellow.
No, not me.
And it's like a I don't know. It looks like a mustardy yellow or something almost. Like
I don't know. I think Joanna could rock it. I couldn't. But Joanna would look good.
Oh, when you guys switch shirts though during a battle, then you would have to rock it.
We got some of the.
These are cool. This is
I
really
think
cool.
that both of these are pretty cool.
Headless Horseman. Come on,
Headless
that's
Horseman.
amazing. And he's got the pumpkin lifted up.
That's a Halloween pop waiting to
That
happen.
is so cool. That
It's
is
pretty
so
okay with that one or not? No, it's big. It's kind of big.
You know what? She was in the
Big, but
chat.
worth
She could comment. I doubt she's going to be okay with this one. I'll be honest with you. You know, they've released a lot of good Halloween stuff, like Halloween themed stuff over the last like 2-3 months now. And would this make the cut? I don't know. You know, I feel like they kind of missed the boat here that this should have been glow in the dark.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming, Vince.
I feel
Come
like
on.
it's got to be
Oh, yeah.
coming, right? The pumpkin should glow
If
in the
the
dark.
pumpkin
The
is
eyes.
not glowing and the eyes aren't glowing, I'm not buying it. Come on.
Yeah, I'm holding out.
Or
Ichabod
you
looks
make
cool
it glow.
too.
You put lights through it and make it glow.
I feel like Josh. I honestly, that is exact. Should have been like a light up pop. This
Oh,
pumpkin should
that
be
would've been
lit
cool.
up.
Lights
100%.
and sounds pop.
Lights and sounds, yeah.
Lights and
They've
sounds.
done
lights
it.
and sounds and do like sounds like the horse running.
Yeah,
That would be sick.
let's make that happen, Funko, please. Let's make that
You know,
happen.
500
You know,
Let's just rock everybody's socks off. 500 piece lights and sounds, New York Comic Con exclusive.
I don't really like Ichabod though. I don't know.
I mean, I think he's a good
You have to
representation
have
of the cartoon.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
have them though.
The
He
headless
looks
looks
pretty.
good.
He looks pretty weird in the cartoon too. So
Yeah.
you know, I'm not a huge rocks collector. I love all 4 of these. I should have picked up.
Cool.
I should have picked up the Van Halen. I would have squirreled that one away, but the Guns N' Roses as the
So-
skull.
The Guns N' Roses.
I love those.
Didn't they make these for the album cover one? The big
No,
album
You're
cover with
thinking
them?
you're thinking of the other bands.
No, they made the Guns N'
Uh,
Roses ones.
They did. No, they did the Guns N' Roses,
Did
fan, but
they?
they didn't do this like the skeleton skull face.
Yeah,
They
they did
did?
the skeleton one. I'm
Oh.
pretty
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, you might be right.
in here because
This would have been a sick 3-pack. Like I don't really want.
that's what I'm thinking. It was in the thing, but yeah, why aren't these a 3-pack or?
I'm probably buying Slash.
Slash is awesome. Kind
I
of
think-
sick of seeing that Eddie Van Halen mold, but I guess that was his thing.
I like that they did a 5,000 piece with Entertainment Earth though.
Oh, that's right.
All
It's 5,000 pieces.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's cool.
All right.
Yeah,
they're
it was the
forgiving.
album. It was a big album cover with them with Guns N' Roses. Yeah,
Yeah, now that you say that, I kind of remember that. Well, I'm
I
gonna
have
get Slash. I'm not
actually. I
getting
bought it.
Axel order.
Slash
the
is-
Walmart exclusive. Yeah, but I was surprised they made those. Then that's kind of. I wonder if they're the exact same molds, like stance wise, as those. That means
I would say
Maybe.
probably.
They look the exact same. Yeah.
will we start getting some of those ones that were unique molds, like from the comic covers, and that in actual pop form as single pops?
Josh, I kind of hope that we do. I'll be honest, because some of them are amazing molds, and
I know.
it kind of sucks that they're
There's
in
a lot
the
of
comic
comic
covers
covers I
and
can
stuff.
think of. Yeah, a lot of comic covers I can think of that are amazing molds. So I'd love to see them.
And we've had these exact same molds a couple times. I think at least twice. I think there's the regular version, the glow in the dark version. I personally like this. I personally might get this 4-pack as well. I personally
like to
have
see
about 8
light
Kiss
in it.
Pops squirreled away at this moment.
Dude, your squirrel away chamber must be insane.
It's gotten a little bit ridiculous. Listen, I've started to weed some of that stuff out, but like it's starting to like mill down to like the really good stuff.
Okay.
I
Just
like
waiting for
my
winter.
I like my squirrel away stuff. I pull it out every once in a while. It's exactly why I call it the squirrel away.
Well, and then
bins.
you know what you need to do, Vince. You need to go through a bunch of it, write the current price of it on there now, and then
Some
a
of
year
them I
from
have
now, open it back up and check and see did it go up or down. Were you right on that?
Was
Dude,
it
I
right
love-
if I?
I love
keep
the little
those?
Were you
squirrel
right to
emoji.
squirrel it away, or were you wrong to squirrel it away and you should have sold it?
Are you guys doing squirrel away t-shirts? Are we making this a thing? Because
It's happening,
I
John.
want a t-shirt. Are we doing
You've heard it here first. It's happening.
I
Well, you
love
might have
the,
heard it other places first
the
too. but
emoji
yeah.
and the sticker and stuff? So
Okay, so now I don't know if we ever got to see this 2-pack, and I had to pull the picture back out because I love this 2-pack, and I can't wait to own this 2-pack. I love that they did the little bubbles. I can't remember what they're called, but the little bubbles. I love how that's done. What did you think of the Hikari Batman? I thought it was cool. I probably won't pick it up, but I thought it was pretty cool.
I might pick it up. It's pretty cool. Wouldn't say no to a mystery box pull. You know,
I mean, if it's a mystery box full, I don't think I'll buy it.
Guys, that's yeah.
Well, Josh, with our luck, we'll buy it and then we'll pull it in a mystery box.
No, that's usually what happens. Yeah. You're like, I'm gonna hold off on that. Oh, I'll buy it. I really want it. Next week, you pull it. You're like, what?
Yeah, we've been there. We've all been there. Yeah, this 2-pack is my jam though. It's definitely probably the only. Definitely probably. You see how I said the definitely probably. It's definitely probably the only one that I'm going to get out of the 85th wave that they're bringing out, and maybe this one, maybe the Hikari one too.
You know what I never got about the 2-packs? None of the 2-packs have. Do they have numbers on them? Like I don't like how they say 2-pack on them. Like
some of them do, don't they? Or am I like?
I think some of them do.
Oh no, I
feel like
going
some of them do
because we had a bunch in our garage sale auction the other day of the 2-pack. And I was like, why don't they put a number on these?
You are right. Most of them don't. I don't believe.
Like, why don't they?
It kind of screws it up, and it's kind of just a layup for Funko to like not have to remember to include them in the line. They're just a 2-pack. Yeah. Same thing with the rides. Like the rides are numbered in ride order, but then you still have to track them down as part of the certain sets.
Yeah.
Sometimes the rides aren't always on the back of that, like those sets. So,
it gets super complicated.
Yeah. And then there's Pop Towns, and it's a mess.
So Brad's Toys got a exclusive Kurama.
Good for Brad's Toys, honestly.
Yeah. Their second exclusive, I think. They had a My Hero exclusive a little while back.
Kurami.
Are these a little higher?
Are
they going for 20? I know their last exclusive was like a little higher. It was at 20. I don't know if this one is. But I wonder if they're doing some of the things where they're selling like a case to guaranteed chase, like kind of Chalice does with their exclusives. Early on they'll sell you all 6 for a guaranteed.
If I was a store that was selling these, I definitely would.
Yeah, I mean, you have to sell so many of them.
Possible.
What's the difference? Is it glow or
flocked?
What?
Flocked chase.
Oh, it's flocked. Okay.
I think one thing that would serve Funko, and this is just kind of out of left field here, because I hear people saying that about Pops, and I've heard people asking like, oh, if they bring back sodas, more frequently, are you going to be able to buy cases? I think Funko should get away from selling stuff with guarantees. Like, make it a little bit more mixed up and unknown, because I just feel like sometimes it's too easy to get certain chases. Like, throw some mystery into the mix. I
don't think Funko necessarily sells them that way. I think the retailers that get them sell them that way.
But Funko packages them that way.
But then the retailers, I think retailers are gonna not be happy if one retailer gets all the chases. Like, depends on how you, like, if they send their favorite retailer, say, Fugitive is our favorite retailer. They've been with us a long time. We're going to send them a box or 2 of chases. Well, this guy gets no chases. Oh, well, I think it's kind of fair how they do them. It's a retailer to decide, and other retailers don't sell the chase at all. Like, they'll sell it just separate and like charge you $80 for it or whatever, $50.
Yeah, and some will do the case, some will do just the chase and common combo. I mean, it's up to them how they want to distribute them. But
I mean, personally, I think Funko should go back to 1 out of 36 for all the chases. But they're probably not going to do that. So.
John, you want to make everything so difficult.
I do. I will. Why are
some
things difficult? If getting Fundays tickets is difficult, then getting the flock chase Karami should be difficult too.
You turn people away too. At a certain point, you make things way too difficult, then people.
You got to hit that Goldilocks zone. You don't want to make it too hard, but don't make it too easy.
Bring some excitement to people, like what if they made sodas 1 in 36?
Yes, they should make.
John would like that. Josh, sodas. You know better than that. Saying that.
This is what they should do for
52
soda.
of one soda he really wants and never gets the chase. And
Would
then
they
John
do-
might
like
change his
perfect
mind.
example? Like they should make a Jack Skellington that has like your basic chase, and then a 1 out of 12 chase, and then a 1 out of 36
Well, that's
chase.
different.
All
They're
different?
making other chases, but
Yeah,
if you
you're
only have
saying
one
more
chase,
chases.
yeah.
Well, I think if they
One
were to do
chase,
certain soda,
one of
they should do
30.
certain sodas. Like, all right, if you just make a Batman soda, but there's only a 1 out of 36 chase variant, like, well, then everybody and their mother is going to be ripping open cans trying to find that $300 chase. Like,
Or nobody's opening them because they don't even want to try for it because it's too hard to get it. You run that risk by doing that. I think that the way that they're doing it's okay.
well,
I
they have
think
to figure it out. Like, okay, like if they want to do the 1 out of 6, then they need to do smaller runs. If they want to continue to make things like 10, 15,000 pieces, then truly make it like something super exciting to where if 1 out of 36 is too much, then just do 1 out of 12. Just like make the word chase like have meaning again, the way it did in the old days, is in like 2015, 2016, you know, like back then, where I felt like where people said the word chase, it was like, oh, you found a chase in a wild. And now like everybody commented in our Five Below video that I walked right by a LeBron Funko Gold chase. I didn't even notice it, you know. I know it's
I
like,
wouldn't notice that either.
how did I miss that? You know, but I'm just saying, like, I think chases are just the word chase, and chases in general is just, they're just too common. It should be.
I still think people enjoy the chase. You know what I think the problem is? I think they have too many figures that have chases now. Maybe it just feels that way. Maybe, you know,
maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe I sense so much. Like what is this? What's going on here? Like, what's the big chase variant?
I wish I could zoom in on this. I personally, I love
bloody.
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
The chase of the Chainsaw Man is a bloody version.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. And I'm definitely going to be buying at least one of these. This will definitely be one that I purchased that I know nothing about because I think it looks so cool with those teeth and that tongue hanging out. And
I feel like this is going to be a Freddy this year. Chainsaw Man Freddy, I think. So.
That would be interesting. Like, what part would be Freddy?
I have a feeling
the bottom or
so
the top?
Hyped right now. It's so hyped. I think it's going to be the blood. There's going to be two. There's going to be one that's like a 2,000, 3,000 piece that's regular, and there's going to be a bloody one that's like a 1,000 piece. Watch, I'm calling it.
Is it
right
just
now.
going to be a Freddy, like a normal Freddy head with a chainsaw sticking out of it?
A chainsaw and the crown.
It'd be kind of funny if the crown was like cracked in half, like it had actually gone through the chainsaw and he put it back on his head.
What if they do the proto, like the Pachico or whatever it is?
The little dog chainsaw thing.
Or at least, oh, good point. At least just give us
Holly said the same
multiple
thing.
chases. You can go 1 out of 6. Just give us more chases. Junior Martin, what do you mean by well, tell that to other companies like Mattel and others, they all do the same on chases. Do other companies do 1 out of 6 for chases now? Is that pretty standard across the board?
I mean,
I believe that they like I'm not sure about Mattel, but like Hot Wheels, I believe they have certain ones that are
treasure hunts.
They have like super. Do they listen? I'm not a big Hot Wheels collector, but I believe that they have like chases that would maybe be considered more of the 1 of 6, but they also have like harder chases that are like 1 per case type of.
Yeah,
thing.
like introduce like
like
a super chase variant. Like
so you would like a super. You're not saying doing less chases. You're actually saying we should throw in the super chases.
Well, originally I was saying do less chases, but now I can understand. Like, so it's not a Funko thing. Good point, Junior Martin. Yeah. Is this Mattel, Hasbro, all these companies that are doing it? Is this just a consumer thing? Like, just because there's so many collectors and there's so many like people who are
you have to have people to buy multiple of the same thing. That's why people have. You want people to buy multiple of the same thing.
Is 1 out of 6 like, is that ratio the now like consumer standard for like it's exciting enough for the average person to get it, but not enough to scare people away?
I think for Funko, it's part of its packaging. Their cases.
Yeah, I think it's packaging.
Yeah, the soda cases come in 6 and things. So originally, the 1 in 36 was because you bought a case of Funko. Right. A store bought a case of Funko. They don't buy the single 6-pack, they buy 36. So 1 out of those 36 were going to be a chase in that when a store bought, so
what if they did this where they introduced like that same case of 36, because most stores, like you just said, Josh, they're buying the 36, but they're broken up into the 6-pack. So what if they introduced a 1 out of 36 chase variant in addition to the 1 out of 6? So that way,
you know what the problem would be with Pops though? That's the store is going to just pull that. It's not like you're going to have a chance at that anyway. Like
I think your problem is like it's not like a soda where you don't know what it is.
Right.
Well, then they should definitely do it with sodas, because
sodas. Yes, I agree with you. I think that we've said it before that they should have done that.
Steven says, I don't think anybody would buy a soda if it had a 1 out of 36 chance to chase. What if the soda did have a 1 out of 6 and a 1 out of 12, 24, 30?
That's what I think takes the sodas. Yeah, you could go 1 out of 6 and 1 out of 36 with the sodas. And I think that takes the sodas to the next level now. Because now you have, I think it's going to make some people angry again because it's going to make it too hard for some people. I would actually love that it was harder to find, that it would give me more of an incentive to open, 3 or 4 again, where it starts to not make, listen, we can turn it into soda talk. What kind of ruined it for some of the sodas is when you're getting chases that are only worth $30 and they're retailing at $15 or $18. Why are you going to open 2 or 3 anymore when you could just buy the chase outright? When the chases are still $60, $70, $80 all day long, I'm willing to open 2, 3, 4 sodas and make it worth my while. Now you do a super chase and we've said it here before. You do a super chase where it's only 1 out of 36. Now, I'm willing to open a 4 or 5.
So, I mean, it's just like any other. Yeah. I was sitting on Whatnot earlier, and I was buying some sodas from a stream, and they're opening up live. So a lot of them were going for $7, $9, but also they had some older ones that were going for $28. $30, somewhere around there, like a Lino, like a Mumra, thing, Peter Potamus, stuff you don't see.
Well, I think they did a better job. The last thing, to not turn this into a mega soda talk, and it kind of ties into Funko 401 point. His point is that people should want the soda for what the soda is and not because of the chase. The chase is just a bonus. I think Funko did a really good job in the beginning with kind of justifying like, okay, Peter Potamus, not a super well-known character. We're only going to make him 6,000 pieces. Batman, everybody knows Batman. Let's make him 10. I think when they started pushing the characters that weren't really too well known, like Fuzzy Lumpkins, 7,500 pieces. Like, I didn't know what a Fuzzy Lumpkins is, but I wanted that flock
international version too.
Yeah, so I think when they started bumping up the piece counts for lesser known characters, like Iron Man, 20,000 pieces, makes sense all day. But like Fuzzy Lumpkins, that could have been like a 2,500 piece soda, and the chase still probably would have been like $75.
No, it would have been.
And it would have like they kind of matched the demand, and then it kind of blew up from there and everything. So I think they should kind of get back to that. Like, I really hope they start mass producing sodas, because there's been a lot of people talking about sodas, like wondering, are sodas going to be in the box of fun? Like, what's going on with sodas? Like, I feel like it's just a question that is not going to be answered for a while. Hopefully we do get our answer, but I do think they're going to have to do things differently. But let's talk about these Pokemon Pops.
Yeah, they made Pokemon Pops. Next page.
Gotta catch
no, listen, if you guys like I don't know anything about Pokemon.
I don't know anything about them.
There's also a Funko Shop one, I believe, as well. That's going to be a flocked one that I can't remember the name of.
They can make these for 12 years and keep making new Pokemon. There's so many Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
There are some of the Pokemon that I like.
Pokemon Go, and there's 3. There's evolutions to all these too. So then you gotta make their evolution and everything. So
I was just going through my Squirtle Away box the other day. I have the Flock Charmander and the Metallic Charmander. I love those two. Like, these, I know nothing about. Probably not picking up any of those, but I'm definitely getting a Chainsaw Man, and I'd love to get the chase of the Chainsaw Guy.
Oh,
guys,
God.
this is
fun. Is all Blockbuster rewinds.
Oh man, I kind of hope so. That would be fun.
They would have to change the name.
I think that this mold looks fantastic. We got another.
This one's super cool.
I hope that glow is as good as the photo they're showing, though. Like, it looks like super hyped up for that, and I don't think it's going to be that awesome. Like,
no, it's not. There's some.
I feel like it will not be.
It looks good though. It looks really good.
But man, what a nice, like, cool detail pop though.
Yeah, nice mold.
I like the Dungeon and Dragon line. I've got a decent amount.
Who will that be shared with? GameStop, you think? GameStop?
I could see this being
GameStop. Yeah, GameStop probably.
Yeah.
I'm going GameStop.
It does look like an AI generated photo.
Man,
poor Jack.
Listen, is this not a good mold though?
Oh, it's amazing.
And the base that it comes on, the little base you see.
Yeah, like
box, right?
I thought they killed this.
It's like from which movie was it? Was it the first movie, the second movie, where he's riding it on the little ship and then it sinks right as it gets to the dock?
Yes, I don't remember which one that was,
but it was it was like classic Jack intro. It was amazing.
Yeah, and I thought that they killed this one. I mean, like, this was another. They really had some great molds this week. I like this one too.
Looks good.
You know, I like all of the Spider-Man ones. I just, that's where I'm saying, like, if they start bringing out some of these as just 4-inch pops, I'm down, because there's no way I could collect all these comic book covers. The comic book covers, I think I have 3. One's a Venom and 2 of them are Spider-Man. I'd love to do that. I don't even know where I'm going to put those 3, let alone this one, but I do think this one is super cool.
For a real crossover with like comic books, is these actually be real, like reprint edition comic books? Like, that would be
cool.
That would be great. And then I think this was maybe the last slide. We got Wally. Did anybody pick up Wally?
Box.
The 10,000 piece.
I'm waiting for it to come in my mystery box as one of my pops.
Probably. Yeah.
I thought it was cool that they did a couple of the OG ones. Like, it was like legit when we bought Lotso back in the day, because we thought that would be the only Lotso that maybe we were going to have for a while. But like Wally doesn't feel super special.
There's so many pops out there, and I have the real Wally,
right?
Like one of the original right up there, so I'm good. I think it would be great to see. I don't know. The boxes were just complicated and weird, and I kind of liked them, but then I didn't. I don't think that I liked the card that much when I got it. It was like hard to get out the card, and it wasn't very sturdy. And
what are these retail? Are these 40? I
thought they were 25 or 30.
Yeah, they're not crazy for what you get, but
I do like they dropped the number, as 4BDN said. They were 25,000 piece. I think the first couple they dropped it to 10.
Oh, did they finally drop it to 10? Okay.
Yeah, this one is 10. I believe the last one was 10 as well. The Joker might have only been 10.
They should have been 2,500 pieces, and people would go crazy for them.
Yeah.
Like 25,000 was just insane when we saw that. I think
I think 10,000 might even be a little bit.
Yeah, these should be 5 or less.
And there we have it, guys. What a week!
Yeah,
a lot of good stuff. A lot of fun. A lot of fun things. A lot of weirdness with different drops. Different.
First day of summer today. SDCC is about a month away at this point. We should start getting reveals, and then we've already probably seen. Well, how many are we going to actually see this year at SDCC? Yeah, like, did we see a quarter already? Did we see 10%?
I would say we've probably seen 20%.
Think about 20%. So there's a lot still left to come.
But I think I don't know. For some reason, I have a weird suspicion that we're gonna get like a bunch of weird items. I shouldn't say the word weird, but like I feel like they're gonna do like an exclusive rewind, a 10-inch. We already saw a 6-inch with Baymax. So I think we're gonna get an exclusive tin. Like, I don't know. I feel like this year they're gonna do I think they're gonna do a lot of stuff.
Biddies. I think Biddies will be there.
Yeah, we'll definitely see a Biddies.
Will be a big one.
I hope we see a soda or 2. I would love to see even 3 or 4. I don't know if we're going to see those, but there's definitely going to be a couple Loungefly exclusives. Like, I just feel like they're going to do a lot. So, but they're like, it'll feel like as far as 4-inch pops go, I feel like it'll be just the right amount of 4-inch pops, but it'll still feel overwhelming because of all the other stuff going on. Just because I feel like Funko is still trying to figure out what direction they want to go in because of like the Project Fred and the Mondo team up and like all these other like directions they're going in. So,
and will we hear about Fundays box soon too? Because
will they sell them prior
Funday?
to? Because
I mean,
over the last,
I hope they sell them a week prior so that we all or most of us can get them in the mail the week of New York. Or
I think over the last 4 or 5 years now, I think the best year was that year that we got them the week before. Like we all had them in hand the week before.
That was the best. Yeah,
that was the best. That was the most exciting. We all opened them blind. Like we didn't know any of the stuff that we were getting before we got it. Then going into Fundays, like there was different stuff. I thought that was by far the best year. So I'm hoping that we're going to get a repeat of that, because that was the most fun with the boxes of fun. So I hope that's what ends up happening.
But to kind of recap the hype, like, do you think they're purposely not sending out the boxes of fun so that the hype for the event is at an all-time high? Because at the end of the day, they want to cater more to the people in person because it's a live show, because it's Funko's biggest in-person event of the year. They want to cater to those people, and then everybody else at home, like, we'll get you the following week.
You know what, though, John? Like the year that they did it, where we got the stuff first, like the stuff at the show was completely different. You didn't get like
it was different, but I felt like there wasn't as much hype. You know what I mean? Like I feel like last year there was actually more. Like I'm agreeing with you. I want the stuff a week beforehand, but I'm just thinking if I'm Funko, I kind of thought there was more anticipation going into last year's.
Do you?
Funday.
I thought that last year felt the most dead for me.
Really? Okay.
And it could have been like the fun on the run and all the other stuff that led up to it. But like, I thought the release of all the pops was kind of like, it wasn't exciting. They didn't like, it was super weird the way
they didn't do a good job promoting
marketing anything.
The marketing,
the marketing was bad leading up to it. But even the box of fun itself, like I felt like it was the least exciting for me personally in the last 4 years. Last year was the worst for me as far as excitement. I had no excitement, even though I loved some of the stuff I saw. Like there was just not a lot of excitement, and it just felt like it felt weird to me last year. I don't know.
Fair enough.
So personally, selfishly, yes, I'd like to get it in hand at least a week before, personally. But we'll find out. We'll see if we get any announcements. We're going to have another amazing week next week. Josh, would you like to let us know what you have going on this week coming up?
Yeah. So we have another round of soda mystery boxes coming up. So if you didn't check out our video from today, we have another round of soda mystery boxes coming up this week. We also have another round of Pop King Paul boxes coming up this week. And we're not doing an auction this week. I think and then the July 4th week. So we'll do it after that. I think we're going to skip for the July 4th week, which is coming up really soon. It's crazy.
Around the corner already.
So, so we got a couple different things. Also, I still need to finish and finalize. I opened, did the video, recorded it for our Batman NFTs. So I want to get that out there. Other NFTs coming soon. So maybe I'll get that out there for this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
John?
Content has been weird. I've been trying to do some short form stuff just because I haven't had a lot of time or space at the moment. We're a little limited on space. But we did a video this past Monday. I will have a video out Saturday. I'm going to try to go to a flea market this weekend to get some content there. I actually have a huge pile of mystery boxes that I haven't jumped into yet. I want to do something different with our mystery box videos. I want to try to spice it up a little bit, but it's going to require a little bit more effort on the back end. So I don't know if I'm going to wait until we get to the new house to start doing what I want to do. but yeah, we're just still kind of in limbo. So trying to just put out some short form stuff instead of stressing over the long form. But I appreciate everybody supporting us and being, you know, very flexible. I do want to try to get out 3 long form videos a week. That's typically my goal, but I was supposed to go somewhere today. I was supposed to go somewhere yesterday, and it just did not work out. So, yeah, but I will have a video out Saturday and Monday. I will definitely have videos out. So, yeah,
Nice.
That's what we got. Yeah, exactly. Just doing what I can.
John, we'll take whatever we can get from you. Do you know what I'm saying? We're here for you.
Appreciate
We're gonna enjoy it one way or the other.
Appreciate it.
Let's see. With that being said, we do have, you know, I'll be honest, John. I'm right there with you. That, like, I think I said it a little while ago, but I'm gonna say it again. Like, this has been the hardest for us to get videos done since we started the channel. It's just, especially going into the summertime, we think that it's gonna like slow down, and then it's been madness for us. But we will have we actually switched up our schedule a little bit. We are doing Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays now. So guys, look for a Sunday video from us, and then we'll probably stick that way, I think, through the rest of the summertime. But we put out a video today, so you guys can go check that out. We opened a Boom Loop box. Our boxes have not been great lately, and I'm not saying just from Boom Loop. Like, our last 5 or 6 boxes have been not great. So I'm hoping that we're going to get on a run here pretty soon with some better for us boxes, stuff that we're more excited about. But we have not filmed anything yet. So hopefully Sunday's video is going to be amazing, and hopefully next week's videos are going to be amazing. But we'll have to all tune in and watch together. Guys, if you want to check out our website on Tuesday nights, we've been dropping pops on there. We have our stickers on there. We have our dog tags. We are supporting the Fisher House this month, which is an amazing charity. I know people have picked up dog tags from the website and also on Whatnot. We'll be on Whatnot on Tuesday again, most likely with the mystery box. But that's it. That's all the promotion I have tonight. We appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with us one more time. We got a couple more here left in the summer, and then we're going to be in the fall already. We're going to be talking about NYC before you know it. Let's really all get bummed out by how fast all this good weather is going to go by. Actually, guys, enjoy it. Hopefully everybody has an amazing weekend. Hopefully the weather's great where you're at.
I got one more quick thing.
Yeah, no, you know what? Hold on.
Sorry.
Let me stop my ending. John,
so
completely just crowbar whatever you want to say into this. Go for it.
I'll be working all day. We finally got some pop collections in. We'll have a mystery box on our website Saturday night. Just wanted to slide that in there.
Oh my God, you're turning into me now. Did Joanna have to tell you that?
She came in and she waved me on. It was just because, we've been trying to put one together for the last couple of weeks, but we will have one Saturday night. So we're excited. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you what the top is.
Oh my God,
it's gonna be great.
You know what? Full disclosure, John, you are definitely turning. You've hung around with us too long. Well, guys, with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you for all the birthday wishes this week as well. I appreciate that. Guys, have an amazing weekend, and we will see you guys next Thursday.